What's up, y'all? Today we are going to go over two types of self-defense takedowns. These are some of my favorite takedowns for self-defense.
Did you say takedowns?
Yeah, takedowns. Not like WWE takedowns, but just normal. Ah! Now, when I say self-defense takedowns, there's some criteria that I like to follow with that. Typically, I just want a high percentage takedown when I'm speaking self-defense. I want something that's gonna be easy. I don't want a lot of steps. I don't want there to be a small margin for error. I don't want there to be a lot of intricacies, little small movements. I want gross motor movements, movements that are kind of hard to mess up. I also want takedowns that aren't going to involve a lot of power or a lot of muscle, because most likely the person we're finding ourselves in a struggle in a self-defense scenario is going to be someone bigger and stronger than us. So takedown number one. I call it the T-trip takedown, and we're gonna do it right from about here. Now, there's a bunch of ways you could end up in this position. We're not gonna go over that today, but this is fairly common to end up in this position when you're grappling, this T position. When I say T, I mean the T is right here. I'm teed up to Ethan. Okay, this is Ethan, by the way. I'm gonna come in first and I'm gonna make my gable grip. Pray, and flip. That's it. Low at the waist, and I'm gonna step in, and I'm gonna bring my back foot behind his back foot. This takedown works if his feet are closer together. If they're really spread out, that's gonna be a different option. I can also use my head for some head pressure as well. And then I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna end up in mount. So let's go over a few small things with that. First thing is, you're committed to this takedown. So when I suck them in and I bring my foot out behind theirs, I'm essentially committed. Gravity is gonna bring me down that way. And I have to get that foot behind their back foot because that's their post foot. If I don't get it behind their foot, they're just gonna post their foot out and I won't get the takedown. I'm not gonna sit straight back, but I'm gonna sit down in this hole right here. As you're sitting down, you're gonna break fall. I like to do this kind of break fall almost like I'm doing a side plank, as opposed to, I've seen it taught where they keep their hands behind the back still. I don't love that because then my hands are potentially caught behind them, between them and the ground. Last thing with this takedown is, I've seen a lot of people mess this up where instead of, actually let's go. I've seen beginners mess up where they sit straight back and the person on top just lands right on top of them. So like this. Right. And now, yeah, this isn't good. So I want to sit down into here so his body lands in that hole and then I can flip over into mount. There. From here, it's up to you. We'll stop there. Takedown number two. A lot of times it happens either from the Russian tie position, or sometimes it can happen from a failed headlock if I can pass under his headlock and get behind him. So I'm going to start to move behind the back, very simple footwork. I'm just going to take a step. And at the same time, the way I remember it is the hand that's over already is going to come over. The hand that's under is going to come under. So I'm going to make my way to the back, just depending on the push and pull of our energies during this grappling match, however I end up back there. I'm going to make my way to the back, here, just like a rear naked choke position. Right, I'm going to stab and then bring my hand over. You could absolutely do a standing rear naked choke from here, but that's not what we're doing today. All I'm going to do is hip bump him. Now, I don't want to stay here long because there is a potential risk of him doing a shoulder throw from here over the back. But we should never just be standing in position, right? There's risk to every move, so don't just stand there afterwards. So once I make my way around here, immediately I'm going to hip bump him. Yeah, I know you guys like that action right there. So I'm going to hip bump. What's keeping him up at this point is me, is my legs and my hips. So all I need to do is just step back, and I like to just assist them, quote unquote, assist, as mean as you want to make it, down to the ground. Go over, under, rear naked choke position. We're going to hip bump, and then pull him down and just step back. There. Now, I particularly like this takedown because of the position I end up in. I end up in either a standing position where I can just disengage, or immediately after I could go to like a knee on belly position. Both positions give me a lot of options, right? I'm on my feet more or less in both of them. It's very easy for me to transition to something else. I'm not as committed to the ground with this takedown. I'm not really entangled with him. I can get out, or I can get out pretty easily. I've done this on tall people, short people. It all works the same. It doesn't matter. And once I get him here, I don't need to be strong for this takedown. I could let him just fall, but if self-defense and I want to slam him to the ground maybe, then yeah, I want to slam him to the ground. So I love this takedown for those reasons. Now, I do have 2 more techniques to show you. However, let's wait till next time. I want to get 80 subs before we show these next 2 techniques. There are 2 takedowns that I really, really love for self-defense. One is a takedown that you don't really see a whole lot, all right? I haven't seen a whole lot, so I think it's kind of a special one. But I want to get 80 subs first. We're at 73 right now, so subscribe right now. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Pause and hit the button. Like this video, leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. And then turn on notifications as well. This is Jordan and Ethan with Be Ready Self-Defense. Train perfectly.
Fight ferociously.
And be ready.